joining us. Welcome to the spring meeting 2020, Clear Creek Volunteer Fire Department. Lots of technical difficulties. We're running about 5 minutes late. Thanks for bearing with us. And I'm Kevin Rowe. I'm the chairman of the board.
I'm Tiffany Underwood. I'm the treasurer on the board and the volunteer firefighter.
Sam Bonovich, fire chief.
And I'm Roger Erstad, member at large on the board.
And over here where you can't see him, we have Steve Moore, my partner in crime, assistant chief.
We have Preston Rowe and Mike Underwood, our technical gurus, helping us through all of this, and Jacob Pecora as observer.
Firefighter and observer, yeah.
We're in charge.
The tinker.
So we can't see the chat. Mike is monitoring the chat. Awesome. If someone would chime in and see, let us know how our sound is, if we're coming through clearly. Our little green bar is moving nicely, so it looks from here like our sound is coming through clearly, but we're not sure.
I think we got a little lag. We're gonna have a little bit of lag that's just unavoidable, unfortunately. A little bit of a room echo, that's it.
Okay, very good. Well, Indira Moyer is also on the board. She is our secretary, and she was unable to make it today due to recovering from an illness.
And she's on the chat.
And she is on the chat, so that is awesome. Bob Falanga is also a board member who was supposed to be here today. He hasn't shown up yet. We're not sure. We haven't heard from him, so we're not sure if he's going to make it, if he's running late, or if he's going to miss today. Has anybody chatted about sound?
Yeah, lots of reverb, bit of echo.
That's the small room.
Yeah.
Open a window. Is that it?
I can maybe do a little something about that.
It should have been on.
Flip it up. There you go. I said, come on, Mike, it's a window. What's that?
Alright. Sound any better? Our folks in northern Michigan say too many microphones.
We got 2.
3.
Where's the third one?
Only 2 plugged in. Only 2.
Okay. Maybe in such a small space we need one?
Give it a shot. Click one off, put the move one to the center.
Yeah.
Okay, just on mute now. Let's see if that sounds
All right. Testing.
And the hook law says blankets help absorb sound bouncing. Yeah, we're a little late for that.
Too late for that.
We're gonna have to deal.
Please forgive any of our technical problems. This is all new to us. None of us have been on this side of a stream before. And there was a little bit of a rush putting things together, number one. And number two, it's almost impossible to find any tech gear right now. Cameras, mics, all of that stuff is just
One mic is
gone.
good.
One mic is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much better.
Good deal.
And Sam needs a haircut.
And it's gotta be fuzzballs.
You know it.
Yeah. I shaved.
All right, cool.
All right, Kevin.
All right, so we're good to start. That's it. Let's go ahead and get it started with Roger. Will read the minutes of last year's board meeting.
Great. April 13th, 2019, we held it at the Firehouse number 1. Different circumstances today, of course. The board members attending, Tiffany Wood, Bob Falanga, Indira Moore, Kevin Rowe, Sam Bonovich, Steve Moore, Assistant Fire Chief. Absent was Nancy Bedard. We did have a quorum present. Minutes from last year's meeting, provided by and read by Indira, mentioned the approval by Tiffany Underwood, seconded by Kevin Rowe. Treasurer's report, provided by and read by Tiffany Underwood. Sam explained, for those who didn't know, why we went from fundraisers to subscriptions. He informed those present that we have been doing with what we've been doing with their subscription fees. The motion to accept the treasurer's report by Kevin Rowe, seconded by Indira. Chief's report, provided and read by Sam Bonovich. In service, all engines except 743 are in service. Sam went through the list of trucks we have and their type and function. 743 is the resource vehicle, which carries any extra equipment and fuel, but is not used in the winter. It just needs to be pulled and reloaded. 701, 742, 744, and 741 are due for an oil change, lube, and filter change. Tactical tender has been recalled on the emissions computer, so that's in town. Support equipment needs to be serviced as well. We have one tub that needs to be patched, and the others need to be positioned at various sites in the neighborhood. Sam proceeded to give the details of what has been done at Station 2 and what still needs to be done. Calls, we had 13 ambulance and assists and 2 accidents were just ended up doing the traffic control, lightning caused fire off of Grimes Creek, 1 mutual aid structure fire / wildland fire in July to Wilderness Ranch, and 12 unattended campfires that we put out. We try to patrol the camping areas as much as we can. On Christmas Eve, we were called out to an unknown fire, which was just turned out to be a resident burning a flash fire. Because of the Pioneer Fire, residents must call the sheriff's office and must obtain a permit. Fines will be issued by the sheriff if the permit is not obtained. Permits are good for 10 days and cost nothing. You need permits starting May 15th. Permits are not available during the spring thaw until then. During times when permits are not required, residents should at least call the sheriff's office, and a courtesy call, please call Sam as well, Sam Bonovich, the fire chief, as well. Training. We did all structure training last year. The house was donated on Frenchman's Flat, where everyone could get some live training exercises, which we used all past summer long. We got experience using the air packs. We did ventilation, roof ventilations, ladders, search and rescue, practice procedures with different scenarios. We usually don't do training with air, so that we can conserve it for actual fires. But now we have to get all of the tanks filled. We did all the drills in clear air first, then we did it with a smoke-filled house, courtesy of some smoke bombs. The question was raised about Norco filling tanks, and Sam informed the questioner that it cost $100 per bottle. We have purchased an air filling station, which will be brought later in the meeting. The house was also donated in Centerville for the use of the structure training. This summer will be devoted to urban interface wildfire training, rather than just fighting wildfires out in the open with no structures. We will be doing training in various parts of the Clear Creek neighborhood, checking on communications and locations where our radios work and don't work. We will be hearing all the road. We will be learning all the roads in the process. Assistant's Chief report. Steve Moore introduced himself and gave his experience qualifications of an assistant fire chief. He then proceeded to inform those present about the issues involving one of the pumps, which was recently purchased, which was not up to snuff. And we're looking for an upgrade. A grant request will be written. The pump will be purchased before the fire season, while we are waiting for the grant to go through. We offered and accepted a bottle filling station from Thorn Creek at the cost of $6,500. We will pick it up once the road clears and take it to Station 2. After some modifications to Station 2's electrical system, at that point we can fill our own bottles and have better training as a result. Through the FPP, which is run by the feds, we are looking to obtain generators, one for each firehouse. We will have to hire an electrical contractor to install an automatic transfer switch. In the winter, it will prevent tanks from freezing, and in the summer, it will allow firehouses to become an incident command center in the event of a power outage. We are looking at replacing Unit 742 with a newer truck, as it is extremely old, and not everyone can drive it. It has no power steering. I've observed that. we can hopefully transfer all the equipment from 742 to the new truck. Otherwise, we'll be looking at a new tank. Also looking for a grant for a new structure, gear, and breathing apparatuses. A lot of our gear is really old and needs to be updated due to safety concerns. Steve also talked about the reverse 911 system in evacuation routes. The importance of having an evacuation bag and notification system. He also mentioned the acquisition of a hose repair kit. Lastly, Steve discussed the need for a grant for upgrades to the Station 1 building, which is in need of repairs. Doors need to be upgraded to accommodate larger trucks. We are also looking into a training room to be able to hold exercises in the winter, as we always have to go to Centerville, which could be a problem if a fire occurs in Clear Creek. At a request to put the assembly for anyone having knowledge of any entity we may not know about that, and it may have grants, programs available. Other business, Sam brought up the Clear Roby project, which is finally going to happen and get started. The project is about firewising 100 feet around your residence, and it is paid for by a grant to make the neighborhood safer in case of fire. Names and addresses were taken for those who were interested. One resident inquired as to whether or not we have a wish list that other residents could get access to help out the fire department. Sam requested that Mike Underwood post on the Clear Creek Volunteer Fire Department website. The meeting was adjourned at 12:11 by common consent. Those are the minutes from the 19 meeting.
Awesome, thank you. Any changes, comments, or anything? No? Should we do a motion?
Motion?
Second?
Second.
Excellent. Next piece of business is treasurer's report. We're all very nervous, by the way. Let's take a little second here. And how's the sound?
Not me, I'm not even awake yet.
Any reports on sound or anything along those lines? No.
Been quiet.
Okay.
Enduro made a motion to accept, but they'd already been covered.
Excellent. Excellent. Love
I have a
that.
tendency to put people to sleep, so that's
No, that was great. Just also want to comment, we have a little bit of a lag, so we've got that going on. And if we should lose the stream, it will automatically try to start it again. So if we lose you,
Refresh your browser.
refresh your browser. There you go. Awesome. Thank you. You ready?
Okay, it's kind of lengthy, so bear with me. April 10th, 2020, Clear Creek Volunteer Fire Department Treasurer's Report, fiscal year April 1st to 2019 through March 31st, 2020. Account balances, checking account, $5,166.99. Subscriptions, $22,046.77. Money market, $17,968.50. Total bank balances, $45,182.26. Income fiscal year end, March 31st, 2020. Subscription dues, $17,940.10. Donations, $675. Frank Fish Memorial donations, $1,555. Interest, $54.85. VFA grant for pump engine 744, $3,022.27. Uniforms, $127.50. Miscellaneous reimbursements, $585.50. Directory for the Clear Creek Volunteer Fire Department, $37. Community barbecue, $3,149. Centerville Fire paid our department for helping the rally race in 2019, the amount of $900. Total income for the year, $28,046.22. Expenses for the year, utilities, $2,070.03. Fuel, $2,070.90. Education, training and materials, $646.15. Web hosting, $438. State insurance fund for our workers' comp is $300. All-American insurance for our commercial package, $3,235. Annual mailer subscription fee mailers, $775.41. Community barbecue 2019, $1,141.32. Building materials maintenance, $533.84. Vehicle expenses, $6,224.14. Admin supplies, $45.23. And PPE gear, $70.59. And the filling station that we purchased for $6,500. Total expenses for the year, $24,050.61.
So, for clarification, so people understand, the community barbecue, we spent $1,141 to put it on.
Correct.
But then through the silent auction and the donations and everything,
50/50 raffle.
right, so, because I know when it was all done, we not only covered the expenses to it, but we also made some money to put away.
Looks like it was positive 2,000. It could go up to the 3149.
Our income.
And I'd just like to thank everybody because I bought enough tickets to win a Traeger.
That's right, you did get the girl, didn't you? So
That's how he got stuck on the board. So
Yeah.
there's a lesson in there for you guys.
But I just want to point that out because last year one of the community members had stated that we put the community day on, that's appreciation day, us thanking you. And somebody had posted that, we wasted money putting on a free day, paying for all the food and drinks and a good time. And that's to bring everybody together. But again, the day pays for itself. So your subscription fees weren't given away. It wasn't wasted because we recouped the money that we spent. Plus we made some money on it. We probably made enough money to pay for this year's community day. So it's not wasted money. It gets everybody together. It's a good day. There's no live music, nothing going on, and everybody stays to visit and talk, people that normally don't see each other. So it makes for a good day, but it's not wasted money, and that's what I wanted to point out.
Well, not only that, along these lines, we had $28,000 roughly income and $24,000 roughly expenses. So for the year, there was a positive $4,000. So we had $4,000 more that came in than went out, but $2,000 of that $4,000 was from that barbecue.
Oh, okay.
So literally, our pot at the end of the year is $4,000.
Right.
Half of that came from that barbecue.
Right.
And it's hard to have only a $4,000 positive
Yeah.
with trucks and tools and everything else.
The upgrades we're trying to make. So that was my other question too. This is 2020. So this is last year's. Subscription fees were at $17,940.
Correct.
The year before we were a little higher than that, so we went down. So
Yeah, we had, what, 20% participation?
Right,
I think year before was
so-
around 21.
right. So hopefully this year we'll go up, and hopefully we get through this meeting and read some of the expenses, the things we've done. People will understand how important it is to subscribe and get us the money that we need. Because this money all goes to your benefit as the public. We're doing this to serve and protect our community and also serve and protect our mutual aid communities. So your money's not being wasted, but we could do a lot more if we were getting more support. We're running at what, 20%? So 20% of the people at Clear Creek are supporting the fire department, and the other 80% are receiving services without paying in, which we've always said, whether you pay in or not, we're going to respond and do our job. So, and we don't know then so that is 2019. So we don't know
March 31st.
Right. Okay.
Got a little bit coming in for 2020, but
Right.
not a whole lot yet.
All right.
I've got a
So
good
yeah.
stack of mailers that
Yeah.
I need to go through.
So the other thing, people look at the fire department, look at our firehouse, that's why we're gonna try to upgrade it a little bit, and we'd like to rebuild it. But people think of us as, oh, we're just Clear Creek Fire Department, small department. I don't think people still fully realize what it takes to fund and run a fire department, even a small one, what it really costs. So we'll just keep doing the best we can with what we got. I'm done. Everyone's used to me keep babbling on and on.
Well, point
And
to
then,
your,
Dara, you don't have to answer that.
point to your 20% of the folks here are actually involved in subscription. It seems a bit ludicrous to me. $75 per lot is a tremendous value for what we provide. It's invaluable, and we would certainly encourage anybody who's not paying per their lots to really get involved and make that one-time small donation of $75.
Yeah.
And then come to the picnic, and you might win the Traeger.
And badger your neighbors.
Guilt them.
Also, on that same point, 1 out of 5, 20% in the community are paying the subscription fee, which keeps the fire department running. If anybody has any suggestions or any reasons as to why somebody would not be a member, that would be good information to have, I think.
Yeah, if there's
So,
something we need to fix.
Yeah, I imagine the people watching are subscribers, but you've probably heard or have friends or neighbors that are not subscribers. And if you have any insight into why they're not subscribing, that would be good for us to know. It could be anything from they're not concerned about a fire. They just feel like they're not going to have a house fire. And that's understandable. Most people live their lives and don't have a house fire. But,
More than fire.
we've been to several. They do happen. Or they might be upset about something and we just don't know what it might be. So that would be good information. So if anybody has any insight throw it in the comment section after the video or in the chat, live chat now would be great. Okay,
Yeah.
so any changes with the treasurer's report?
Make a motion to accept.
Sam motions?
A second.
Okay, very good. Roger seconds.
All right, fall right into it.
All right, so now, since we haven't heard from him yet, it's time for the chief's report.
Yeah, and they don't call me Chief Running Lips for nothing. So, go over the trucks first, and some of this in here that I have, you'll understand what it takes to run the fire department and what it costs. So, engine 701 is a Type 2 structure engine, 500 gallons, all-wheel drive truck. It goes anywhere, summertime, wintertime. That truck is in service, just needs some minor maintenance on that truck. And we'll be installing 4 24-volt seam lights on that truck here very soon. Engine 741, Type 6 Walden engine, 200 gallons, in service. This truck, our driver's side upper ball joint is bad and needs to be changed. Also lost the 4-wheel drive capability over the winter time. And one of our mechanics said it'd be cheaper to change to lock-in manual hubs rather than try to fix it, tear it apart and fix it the other way. So we got to fix the upper ball joint and change that out. Luckily, we have the mechanics and the shop to do this work ourselves, so we only have to pay for the parts. We can handle most of the work ourselves. Engine 742, which is our main Wildland engine. It's a Type 3, 1,200 gallons. It's in service. Same thing, minor maintenance. And we'll be adding 4 24-volt work or scene lights to that truck. 743 is our chase truck. It's in service. Needs a new windshield, new carburetor, and take a look at the brakes on it. Something's going on with the brakes. Again, with the exception of the windshield, we can do the work, so we're saving money there. And on down the road, I'll explain that truck a little more. Engine 744 is our newest Type 6 engine, 300 gallons, and it's in service. We'll talk about that truck a little bit down the road. And our tactical tender, 2,500 gallons, Wildland structure truck is in service and ready to go. And then training, we've been working on Wildland training, sand table exercises. We're going to Centerville again, and we'll be picking up Wildland training here for the fire season. Probably throw in some structure if we can, where we can. Roger read last year the structure training, so all the firefighters, with the exception of the couple new ones we added, are certified in essentials structure firefighting. Eventually we'll do the rest of the class to a full firefighter one. So our run calls and stuff, we will turn over to my partner in crime, Assistant Chief Steve Moore, next, because right at the moment, that's all I have. So Steve, you come over and take my place and get on camera.
No, I'll stay right here.
No, you're more welcome to go.
I'm good here.
I gotta go somewhere.
You need to go pee?
Okay, calls for service.
No, I don't.
In the year 2019, we had 45 calls for service, leading with 16 medical or ambulance assists, where EBCAT has requested our help to find the location, in some cases, take the paramedics from the ambulance to the residence where the people were having problems. And then sometimes,
Hang on just a sec.
It just lagged.
We just got a text that our stream stopped.
okay,
And a whole bunch of ads just popped up. So we have to take a commercial break? Seriously?
Apparently,
Sam
apparently we
kicked
didn't
all
get
chairs
commercial
and-
Were they gonna like tell us that?
How many people are on or were on?
I can check. Let's see. We got currently 4 viewers.
4.
I think that's when everybody just got kicked off, but we were up to 12.
Smoke break, people.